Have you ever spent your hours trying to figuring out why your API isn't working as expected? And you have checked your codes multiple times, but everything seems fine. So what's the problem is? The problem is occurred when our API breaks down before it hits the endpoint. The solution for this particular problem is Postman. So now point is, what's the flow for this video going to be? We'll start with the basic, then we post scripts in the Postman. Third one is generate test in the Postman, and fourth one is we'll cover major features of the version 4 of the Postman. Okay, so let's get started. So now the thing is how to download the Postman app. Firstly, you will go your browser, whichever you use in your daily routine. So here you can easily search for the Postman download. Postman download like that, and first website will be appear here, and just go through this website. So if you have the Windows 64-bit operating system, so please download it through here. And if you have the Mac OS and Linux, whatever the operating system you have, you can go and copy this out and paste it out in your terminal. So now let's get started. How the Postman interfaces looks like, and all the things related to the Postman we will cover in this video, which is beginner friendly. Yeah, so let's get started. This was the interface of the Postman. I know this will take some time to load in your operating system. This was the interface of the Postman. You can easily see that, and if you are new, so you don't have these workspaces, if you want to create your workspaces, click on the workspaces, and if you want your team members will be contribute in your workspace, so you can create your team workspace. Then all the teammates will be contribute in the same workspace. And if you want to create your solo workspace, so you can also create it once and create workspace and enter your workspace name. So that was the workspace purpose, but in this video we are gone through my own solo workspace. So click it on here, and when we click this things, we will landed on this particular section, and here you have the two options to create your HTTP request or GraphQL request, whichever you want to do. If you want to create your first API request, click on the new button, and you have the so many options of the requesting methods we has to cover in this particular video for the HTTP request. So now thing is how to select our HTTP request like get, post. In the default we have the get request here, and if we change to post request, so how we can do that? Here we have the drop menu option. So here the all requests will be appear here, whichever you prefer. Please pick it out from here and click on this. So here the post request is already converted in it. So now the question is where we got our free API through the browser. So here please write the free API.app. This will this website is give you a free APIs and then cooked in docs. So here all the free APIs will be related like authentication and public APIs, e-commerce, to-do list, social media. So in the particular video we are gone through the authentication. So here we have the user register API. We'll click on this, and we have the parameters. They will also introduce us what parameters will be passed in the APIs is email, password, role, or usernames. How to use it? Firstly, just click this try it out button, and here we generate our API. Just wait a minute, execute it first, and then the response back is this. So this user will be created in the database. So where's the API is? This is the API we are covering in this video. So yeah, just copy this from here, and let's paste it out in the Postman and paste it out. Okay, before passing the parameters in the API, we going to cover the two topics in the Postman is environmental variables, and second one is the collections. Create our first collection to save this API test in that particular collection. Collection is nothing, that was the folder where we are containing all the API tests and responses in that particular collection. So how to create the collection in the Postman? So here the plus option, create a new collection. You can create on this plus option. So here the blank collection, Postman. Yeah, so we can create a collection here which name is the Postman. So here in this collection we going to save this API response in this particular Postman collection. Okay, so first thing, creating the collection of the Postman is done, and second thing is creating the environmental variable in the Postman. So how to create this environmental variable? So here you can easily see that we have the http api free.app API and then slash v1. This string will be again and again will be repeated in so many APIs. If I show the example in the particular section, you can easily go through this, and you can click on this. So here, just wait a minute, try it out, just execute it, and in this particular section you can easily see that we have the same string before the users. Like if we have the user, okay, so this particular string will be appear for all the APIs. Yeah, so how we can create this particular string and the particular variable, like in the JavaScript we are creating the let const or var. So we can also create in the Postman as a environmental variable. So how we can create this? Let's get started with how to create this environmental variable. Firstly, you can select this, and here you can easily see that set as variable. Okay, you are click on here. Okay, so set a new variable. Yes, obviously. So what's the name you are provide to your variable? Its name is the Postman. Yeah, but not in the capital letters, it was the small letters. And value is this, whichever we are selecting in the that particular input field. You can easily see that we have the http api.free.app and slash API slash v1. This particular selected value will be converted in the variable, and how to use it we can also go through this. In this particular Postman application, you can also define your scope for that particular variable. When we are click on the set variable, so you can easily see that our first string, which is the http freeapi.com and slash whatever it is, just API slash v1, it will converted in our environmental variable which known as Postman. Hover it on, you can easily see that initial the value is http this, and current value is this, and scope is the global. So now question is how we are pass our parameters in the particular API. So here you can easily see that we have the body section. When you are click on the body, so click on it, and here you can easily define your keys and values, and if you have the value and if you have the description for that key value pair, so you can easily describe it here. So here you can see that we have the selected format as a text. When we are click on here, so we have the two options. Well, first one is text. When you have the text format, so you can easily select that, and if you have the image, so please select the file. So here you have the option here, so select files if that particular file will be contained in your system. So select your file through your system and upload it from here. So for that video we are pass our parameters in the raw format like JSON format, option as a JSON format. So here I'll just copy it out from here, and let's paste it out here. So yeah, here we have the user, which email name is this, password is this, and role is this, and the username is this. So all the things will be clear now. And now the thing is, we are send our API request first through the Postman. Can I send it now? Yeah, so let's get started. This user is already contained in the database. So for that situation, we are create our another user. But wait, suppose you were an API tester. How can you simplify your work and perform so many test cases? Can you change it manually again and again? No bro, no, you are an API tester. So don't worry, Postman has the solution for this problem. So here you have the email which has this particular email address for the any random. So Postman has the function, not the function, Postman has the method to create so many email random emails like this. And just wait a minute, I just this. Okay, so here you have the dollar. The method is just write the random email. So yeah, here it is. So through this method you have the powers of the postman to create so many emails and random emails. For the postman role and user, we will create our own functions. So yeah, that was the really interesting thing, how to integrate our javascript in the postman. So yeah, so how to integrate our javascript. So here's the script is. So here we have the two scripts, is the pre-request script, and the second thing is post response script. In the pre-request script we are create our functions for our password, any random password, for our any random role, or for our any username. So here we can also include our javascript to functions and write our javascript. You can easily see that use javascript to write tests and visualize the response. Yeah. So guys, our function, random role functions and a random user function and the random password function will be created here. Question is how we are export this function to our main body in the particular postman. So here we are telling the postman, please set the environment as the random user is known as the function which is known as the random username, and this is the function. So yeah, this function will be declared in the postman environment. And the second, we can also create like this, and environment dot set dot set. Okay, so here postman, yes, please create the random roles to through this function like random roles. Yeah, so please create this function to this name. Postman is already create this functions in their environment, and how we are using it, using in it. Yeah. So here, gone to the body. So here I'll introduce all our functions in it, and let's send out our request, API request, and what was the response is. So here we have the error as well. Okay guys, our error will be solved. So what the error is? Error is nothing, just like I'll mismatch my names, like here random user, random roles, and random password. I'll didn't correct right here. Simply I'll just copy it out from here and just paste it out here, and then we was receive our response. So here's the response is, our user will be registered in the database is successfully. So here's the status code at 200. If I send the new user registration request to the database, can they send the error or they send the response back, the user will be registered in the database? Let me know in the comment section. So now I just check this out, our function is working properly or not. I just send it out here, and just check this out, our functions will be ready to go. So I'll send it out here. So here, just wait a minute, because the database transaction will be something delayed. So now you can easily see that our function will be ready to go, and the response back will be clear that our user will be registered in the database. So that's meaning the function will be ready to go to use in it. So how you can create the functions in the postman, I think probably you will know what it is. If I save this API request in some collection, so here the postman collection is appear here. If I click on here, so here you can also change this name, you can also change the API name here. I'll name the postman, yes. So you can easily see that we have the postman collection. In the postman collection we have the API request which name is the postman. Recently I'll change the name is through the postman. Okay, so now question is how to generate the API tests. So here when you click on the three dots of the postman collection, so you can easily see that we have the generate test options. So can you click that? If when you click on the generate test, so this window will be appear here, and when you click on the generate test, okay, so here I am clicking on it. So the post bot will be perform this task for you, and you can easily see that we have our response and all the things will be passed. Means our API will be in the working condition and our API was didn't breach out here. And you can easily see that we have the response here, and data object should be exist and to be an object. Email is in a valid format. Okay, user object contains expected fields. Avatar object contains expected fields. That means our API is in working condition. You can also exclude the code from the Postman. How it is? If you are click on the codes section here, so we have the so many code snippets, and if you are using the fetch in the JavaScript, when you click on it and you have the fetch code, you can copy this one and paste it out on your front end, and you are ready to go. So this is the feature, and now let's discuss about what the version 4 major feature is. When you are do something lots of the API testing and you are in the lazy situation where you are not doing the something documentations for that particular API, so that was really hectic problem for us. So when you click on the post bot, so here you can also see that the add documentation. So click on here and just wait a minute, and postbot will automatically generate for this particular API for the documentation, and you can also see that see this, and you can also edit it out, and this will help you a lot in the documentation and all other things as well. The second feature is packages. In the Postman, you can also import another packages which is already used to it, and you can also include it. And how to include in the Postman interface? So you in the right side you can easily see that we have the open package library. When you click on it, so here's the step how can you import your packages in it. So here you can easily see that create a package with some reusable code and export the function you want to reuse. Use a PM required to use the package in your request folder and collect script. So this is the step to how to use the packages in the Postman interface. So guys, that's for